Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Blunt Talks. Today, we're going to talk about 5 things that your local cannabis dispensary is probably doing behind closed doors. So, being the good Samaritan that I am, I just want to relay that information to you guys so y'all could be aware of what's going on, could be going on within your local marijuana dispensaries. But before I get started, I would appreciate if you guys could hit that thumbs up button and also hit that subscribe button. I would highly appreciate if you can leave a comment and let me know what you think on this topic. And I'm going to dive right in, guys. Let's get started. For the number one and most common shady practices that are going on within cannabis dispensaries, probably right now as we speak, are manipulating THC levels. This is definitely going on in a lot of dispensaries. I've heard crazy things going on, like people that are growing the cannabis and that are sending it out to the labs to get tested for THC, CBD, all the different cannabinoids and terpenes and that type of stuff. But what they're doing is, and I'm not saying that every dispensary is doing this, but a lot of them are. What a lot of cannabis dispensaries are doing is they're taking their best buds from their best plants and then they're rolling it in keef to get all that extra THC on it. And I've heard some places are going as far as infusing their buds with oil and distillate and sprinkling it with THCA crystals. So when they send it to the lab and the lab does the test, it's obviously going to come back with way higher THC levels than it would if it was just a regular bud. And that is truly manipulating the system. So you can't always believe what you see when it comes down to the THC percentages on your bottles and bags coming from the dispensary. Not saying that all dispensaries are doing this and all THC companies and cannabis companies are doing this, but it is going on and it's something to definitely be aware of. So the number 2 shady practices that are going on behind closed doors at the marijuana dispensaries is over or under drying their cannabis buds. I'm telling you right now, this is going on. The dispensaries, they're always rushing their product. They're trying to get it out as fast as possible. So they're curing the weed as fast as they can. They're cutting corners. And the end result is that the bud is either being over dried or it's being under dried. And what that means is, have you ever just gotten some weed that everything is good about it? It looks good, it smells good. I mean, it's amazing, but as soon as you got it in your hand and you go to crush it up, it like turns into dust as soon as you apply some pressure to it. Now that, my friend, is not properly cured cannabis. That is cannabis that is being over cured because they're rushing it and they're somehow like trying to dry it faster and they're over drying it and it's just turning into dust, or they're under drying it where it's too moist and the bud is too spongy and it's not properly dried. So it's either like you're getting products that are over or under cured, and that is happening a lot. And I know from experience that a lot of the cannabis that I get from the dispensaries have been in either one of them categories, where it's really dusty when you break it up, or it's really spongy, too spongy when you go to break it up. And I actually have a friend that grows cannabis, and me and him have actually put our buds up against each other, and he straight up tells me he knows for a fact that the cannabis that they're growing in the marijuana dispensaries are not being properly cured. It's being rushed, and the end result is a product that isn't as good as it could be or should be. So that's another thing to look for that's going on within the cannabis dispensaries. The third thing that I got that are going on, shady practices behind closed doors at the weed dispensaries, is putting the worst possible product that they have within the pre-rolls. And I know people that actually worked at the dispensaries that said that all the shake from all the different plants that they got, they have like a little thing that they use to like get all the trichomes out of it. They take all the trichomes, and it's like literally like the worst of the worst that they have inside the dispensaries, and they're putting that in pre-rolls, and then they're saying that it's a specific strain when really it's just like a cannabis salad. It's a whole bunch of different strains together, and then they're taking the trichomes out, so it's already a weed salad with less potency because there's no trichomes in it. And again, I just want to reiterate that I know that there's not all dispensaries are doing this. I know that there's still honest, incredible people out there selling cannabis, but I must say that this is definitely going on. Money is money, and these places are trying to cut corners any way they can. Sometimes maybe they have to make money because of the regulations. I don't know. But be aware, pre-rolls are not good to buy in dispensaries. You got to think that something that you're not looking at is not a good product. They're going to try to swindle you somehow, some way. The number 4 thing that is going on behind closed doors at your local weed dispensary is selling expired or old products. This is a fact, my friend. I know that there's a dispensary in my state that was doing this, that they had a whole bunch of expired oil cars, and they were selling it for $5. And wasn't like they were telling people, like it wasn't like they were, promoting it like in the store or on their website. No, it was like a type of deal that like somebody had like the way that the person that I know that got these carts found out from somebody that he was waiting in line with at the dispensary, and this person just came up to him in passing and was like, dude, ask him about the expired carts. And so the person went up to the bud tender and was like, hey man, I heard you guys had some expired carts. And the guy was like, yeah man, yeah, $5 a piece. They're usually $65. So just be aware that dispensaries are selling expired products, and even though they're selling it at a discount, it still doesn't make it right. If it's expired and there's a regulation on it, it must be for a reason. And I'm not saying that the product was bad or it was going to hurt you, but it could. You just don't know. So just be aware of that. The number 5 thing that I got to look out for, that's what's going on behind closed doors at your dispensary is. Now this one might be a little shocking, but that's why it happens so much, and you would never expect it to happen, and most people don't think it's going to happen because they never check. This is that a lot of dispensaries actually underscale their apes. And I'm telling you, man, I never thought that it would happen, but it does happen. And for some reason, I just happened to start weighing the apes I was getting from the dispensary. And no BS. 3 times in a row, I got an 8th from the same company. And I'm not going to say what company it is because I'm not really trying to, like bash a company or nothing like that. But I'm just saying that it was light 3 times in a row. And it wasn't light by much. It was like a 3.3 and I got like a 3.2 one time. But still, and you got to think, like, these people, it's probably just actual errors. It's probably not even happening on purpose. It's probably just that they got people in a room that are just sitting there all day, like, packaging up these apes, and they probably just get so tired and so repetitive from doing it over and over that it's just actual errors. But it does happen, and you know what, man? If you're paying high prices for your cannabis at the dispensary and you're getting under what you're paying for and you're already overpaying, it's kind of a big deal, man. And it's something that you should definitely be aware of, and maybe start checking your products from the dispensary. And if it happens 2-3 times, you can go and tell them, like, listen, man, like, I'm getting these apes that are not weighing out, and who knows, maybe they'll get a credit or a free ape. You never know. It's always good to be aware of what's going on, because just because you think that 9 out of 10 times it's not going to happen, it could happen. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that, maybe there's some things that I opened your eyes to that you can start paying attention to when you're shopping at your local weed dispensary. If I missed something and there's something else that you guys know about that's going on at the local weed shop, drop it in the comments, man. I would love to hear everybody's opinion and experiences, bro. Seriously, man. Leave a comment. I would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you can, subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll get notified every time I drop a video. And I know that my videos aren't that bad, so why not subscribe and listen to me talk once or twice a week. Listen, guys, have a great day. And don't forget, stay lit. Peace out.